This is the terrifying story of a young volcano. In Indonesia, the locals warn that the slopes of Mount Merapi are forbidden because they are guarded by evil spirits, especially at night when the wind carries their whispers. Do not go there after dark. If you do, you will never come back. He was a volcanologist from Europe who had heard about the strange seismic anomalies that had been recorded in Mount Merapi, but no one had ever been able to explain them. But one day, a young researcher named Elias decided to venture into the restricted area, and so he traveled to the nearby Javanese village where he learned that to protect themselves from the evil spirits of the mountain, the villagers would strike gongs at night. But this was not for music, but to drive away the spirits. Then Elias had the bright idea to explore the slopes of the volcano and see what he could find. And that's when he stumbled upon the ruins of an old temple that had been buried in cooled lava. It was covered in strange carvings, but what caught his attention were the words inscribed in old Javanese. Merapi trembled, and a fiery figure rose from the crater. It was formed from smoke and ash, and seemed to be whispering secrets of the past, telling him about all the people who had been offered to her, including his own ancestors. It whispered to me, and I answered. When he looked up, he saw an old woman staring at him. Either he could offer himself to her and become part of the mountain forever, or he could unleash the spirits that had been sealed inside the volcano for centuries. He took a lamp and went down into the crater. As he descended, he noticed that the air grew hotter and hotter, until it was too hot to touch anything. Then he saw something that made him gasp. She was blind and was considered the wisest, or perhaps maddest person in the village. "Why have you come here?" she asked. "The spirits of Merapi are not angry," she said. "They are hungry." Then she began to chant, and suddenly the ground started to shake. People had come here centuries ago to sacrifice their possessions to the spirits of the mountain. But the most shocking thing was that according to the locals, this was also the place where their ancestors had vanished without a trace. "I must go," she said, "before they claim me as their own." That night, Elias did not sleep. He could hear voices in the wind, chanting in unison, and as he looked towards the crater, he saw that the voices were coming from there. They were calling his name, and so he did the stupidest thing he could think of. Deep inside the volcano, beneath the burning lava, there were still offerings burning from ancient times. As Elias descended deeper and deeper into the firemouth, he felt that the spirits of the mountain were rising, and now she was offering him a choice. And then everything went silent. The only thing left behind was his notebook, which flew open to the last page where he had written the final words.